Hello everyone, welcome back again with a new video. So in this video, we are going to see how to integrate the payment gateway, that is a Razorpay, with our applications. So in this video, we are going to deal with front-end, API, and the Stripe Razorpay dashboard. How we can integrate this payment gateway with our application. So let's consider you are selling something and you have your own website. So for collection of the payment, you require to integrate with the payment gateway. So for that purpose, we have a lot of payment gateway in the industry, but we are going to cover Razorpay integration with our application in this video. So let's jump onto the VS Code. Okay, let me just give a brief about the folder structure. First one at the top, we can see. So there are two folders for API and the client. Okay, so client is responsible for front-end application and the API are required to just store the data which we received from the Razorpay. So once we initiate the payment from the front end, Razorpay will process the payment, and once we get a success, so Razorpay send that information to the webhook. So for that purpose, we created the API where it can capture the data from received from the Razorpay and store on our database. Okay, so this is just a straightforward. Let me just show you. Client is written in the React. It's just a basic hello world application, we can say. And in the app.js, we can see we have this component payment gateway. And in the payment gateway, so we can see the code for the two different payment gateways. First one is the Razorpay, second one is the Stripe. So I have covered Stripe in the other video. So in this video, we are going to cover Razorpay payment gateway integration. So here, just a basic code, we have a single component and it looks like this one. Okay, you can select payment gateway. When we select the Razorpay, we can just initiate the payment with the Razorpay. Okay, so for that purpose, we can see here we have components, and when we proceed handle payment, and in the handle payment button, we have selection, like, so if it is Razorpay, we're starting Razorpay payment. Okay, so this is the method which is responsible for doing this. Anyway, we are going through this actually. So I'm just giving a very brief about the code before starting it. So at the back end, we have a API where, let me just show you, there is a route, payment route, and we can see Razorpay webhook. Okay, this is the webhook which is responsible collecting the data from the Razorpay itself. I'm just opening it. What exactly it is doing? We are getting a data. We are doing the signature verification, and once the signature verification is done, then we can just store the data onto the database. But why why we require the signature verification? We cannot trust any other, right? So if someone is sending data directly to this webhook, we cannot trust them. Only Razorpay we can trust, right? So for that purpose, we have this webhook secret. I will show you how to create it. So they will use that secret actually, and using that secret, we can just validate this signature at the API backend server. And once we validate it, we can just store data onto the database. This is just a straightforward, only one route where we are capturing the data. Okay, so from the front end, how we are doing, I will just show you. Again, in the same component, as I mentioned, okay, start Razorpay payment. So there are official documentation. There could be a difference as well, and there are a lot of ways to implement. One of the way I have just covered here. So okay, load script. I'm just loading the script from the Razorpay. Okay, this checkout.js. Okay, and once I load the script, okay, this method actually it load it. Okay, it's just returning one promise, and we have to provide the different options here: key, currency, amount, name, description, customer name. There are a lot of other options as well, some metadata as well if you require, and the customer information. And that's it. These options we have to provide with the Windows.Razorpay options and payment object open. So it will initiate the Razorpay payment. Let me just start the server. Our server is already started now. So for starting this, right, we require this key, test key, Razorpay test key, and the secret as well at the backend. So how we can create it? Let's go to the Razorpay dashboard. Okay, just create a Razorpay dashboard account. And once you have it, you don't need to do the validations and all at the initial phase. In the test mode, still you can do the transactions. So at the left side, we can see here API keys and the plugins. Okay, for the website, we can just always create this API. Okay, here you will have an option to just create API key and a secret. Okay, just make sure you copy this public key and the secret, because once you create it, you won't be able to see it later. We can create always a new key. So this test key, okay, which is getting used on the front end. Let me just show you. Razorpay test. Okay, here 99M. Okay, this is the key I'm using on the front end, and this is the public key. So don't worry, even though it's got exposed, so that's not going to harm anything. The secret, it will automatically get used on the um, just a moment. Okay, secret will get used at the Razorpay site itself, so we don't need to worry on that. One more thing, at the click on the developer, and here we have a webhook. So we have to add this URL. Right now, we are running our services on the local, right? So we cannot give a local host URL, because without static, we cannot, this Razorpay cannot hit localhost, right? So for that purpose, we have to use NGRock server. Okay. So just sign up onto the NGRock. Okay. I will attach this all the links to the description of the YouTube video. So we have to install as per the platform. I'm using macOS, so I'm just I'm just installing this NGRock using this command. And once you install that, right, we have to add this authorization token. So just copy this and open NGRock terminal. Okay. I'm just opening new tab. Okay. We have to run this NGRock add auth and this token actually. Okay. I already did, so I'm not going to do it again. So what next step? NGRock HTTP 4005. So our current local server is running on 4005 API server, and that's why we have to just run this command. So it will just show this information. And here is the URL we have to copy for the uh, webhook. Okay. So I'm just doing the same thing here. We can create different webhook as well. Just click on the webhook, add the URL, and just add here random key actually, whichever you wanted to use. Okay. And once you have to copy this secret actually, webhook secret, and make sure our API server is running on /v1 slash something. Okay, so I will just show you. I existing created, but anyway, I will show you the exactly URL. And this secret we have to copy, and this secret we have to use at the backend. Okay, so in the backend .ini file, Razorpay webhook secret, just use it here and paste it. Okay, once you paste it, right? So while creation of the different kind of events, just click all of them. We wanted to receive all the events actually, payment authorized, failed, captured. So Razorpay will send this kind of all the events which we have subscribed for. When you click on the create webhook, we'll be able to see this. Okay. And here we have different information, right? Once we create this webhook, right? So we'll be able to get these different events on that particular URL. Okay, here. Previously, I was just doing on the Stripe, so that's why it is showing this. But don't worry. Once we start the webhook, I mean this payment, we'll be able to see these events. And one more thing, this NGRock server is running on 4040. We can just visualize all the requests as well. Okay. We can see here, right? This server in 4040. So once you run this, you will be able to see all the requests. Now what we will do, we'll just run our application. From the front end, just run npm run start, and from the backend also, just go to the API, node1 app.js. Okay. So this is the server, this is the front end where I will be selecting the Razorpay. Now let's go to the code actually. Once we click on the Razorpay and click on the proceed, right? So this start Razorpay payment is getting triggered, and this is just loading this checkout form, and we have to provide this information. Okay, so this is the key I was talking. This is the public key which we got on the Razorpay dashboard. We have to use that key. currency, where like which currency we wanted to use, dollar, INR, maybe something else. Amount, some additional information. Okay, this information again we can add. There is a lot of information. You can always check official documentation for the more detailed information. Information, and that's it. This will just initiate the Razorpay payment. Let me just show you now. Okay, I just click on the Razorpay, proceed to payment. We can see this. We are in the testing mode, and we have a lot of other information here. UPI, QR code, card, net banking, wallet, pay later. Okay. So, okay, what kind of cards we can use it? We can see here, this is the test card. Okay, 52673181 MasterCard, Visa, or maybe test card international payments. You can just use any one of them. Okay, I'm just using Visa. Okay, right, this one, 41111, new card. Add another. I previously used something else. 411111. Expiry any future date. CVV any 3 digit. Card holder name you can just add it. I wanted to save this. And the payment I created for around 20,000, 19,999. So which is mentioned here. Okay. Pay now. So here we have to add any random OTP, 4 digit to 8 digit. I'm just adding 2222. Submit. Okay, payment successful. We can see here. And let's see. Okay, this is the successful payment. And let's see here. NG-ROP. Here, okay, Webhook got also triggered. And we have a lot of other information. Payment. Thanks for purchasing. I think description is there. Email ID. I think previously I used that card. Probably that could be one of the option. So that could be information actually. And here, once we get this right, so on the API server also, let me just show you what kind of webhook we have. Okay, so this is the webhook, right? Slash V1 payment Razorpay webhook. Let's see that code. API payment index, payment route, Razorpay webhook, Razorpay payment. Here we are doing the signature verification, which is coming in X Razorpay signature. Let me just show you here in the ng-rock itself. Okay, Razorpay signature we're getting here, and raw body, summary, everything is there. And this information, once we get this right, created at, let me just show you. Okay, it's a payment intent. Thanks for purchasing. Razorpay is sending continuously. Okay, we have sent already 200 actually from our API server, because you can see here, once I am getting any kind of events, I'm just sending 200 success response. So that's why it's showing status 200 event ID. Okay, this one, and we can just see the other additional information as well if you wanted to. So here, let's see additional information on the transactions. Let's see the transactions. Okay, we can see, right? Authorize. Right now, we are able to see this authorize. We have to capture actually explicitly for the test. I saw actually one observation. So for the test environment, we have to capture it manually. Maybe there could be maybe there could be option to just explicitly capture, I mean, automatically capture, but I'm just capturing and we'll be able to see the payment capture event will get triggered here. Okay, here. Okay, so payment successful. Once we capture, so that is the final confirmation. we received the payment from the customer. Okay, these are the different events. Actually, we have to make sure act accordingly, like as per the information we are getting in the webhook events. Okay, on the dashboard we can see all the other information like customer names and all settlements and other information we can just explore on the dashboard itself. That's it for this video. Thank you so much.